Hey, what's going on, JHM? I'm so excited to be back here with you today at our Zoom party. I hope your past week has been super fun, super successful, and you are energized with your new hobby. If you're here for the first time, over the past now 3 weeks, we have been in our series Lockdown and Bored. And it's all about us. We're locked down right now, probably really bored. And so we've all been picking up a new hobby. And in our first week, I challenge you to find something that you like and go for it. Give it all you got. We came back the next week, and there were some people who were successful and some people who weren't very successful. I remember telling a story that I almost burned my house down. Hopefully my mom's not going to see this. She would freak out. But over time, I got better and better at cooking. If I didn't say that I was cooking, that's how I almost burned my house down. Anyways, but the second week we came back, and some people were either super successful, and that's incredible, or not really successful, and that is okay. We challenged you to pick up that hobby and get right back to it. And knowing that it's okay that you weren't successful, that today was a new day and we could start, and I talked about this a little bit, with better habits. Today we're going to be talking about that a little bit more. I think it's very important to know about these things called habits. A famous author named James Clear, he wrote a book called Atomic Habits and sold over 1 million copies. Could you imagine being an author and you sold 1 million books written by you? Also makes me wonder, how many times was he unsuccessful with that but still kept on going? It's probably how he wrote the book. Anyway, James Clear, he said this: "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." That's a great thing right there. And here's what I want to tell you guys today is this. Write this down if you have a piece of paper and a pencil. If you don't, I'll give you a quick second. 1, maybe 2 seconds. And it's this: goals don't determine your success. We all had some goals from last week to this week, and I hope you accomplished those goals. But having those goals don't determine your success. Your systems determine your success. Now, why is this important? What does this have to do with habits? Well, I think in this context right here, that systems and habits are one and the same. It's important that we learn how to have good, healthy habits that will create good, healthy systems. And when we do that, we will find that we are extremely successful. I think oftentimes the reason why we don't find as much success, or we get kind of bored with our hobby, is we don't really see any progress. And because we don't see progress, we think nothing is actually happening. I mean, I know I felt that same way. But because of that, we get really bored with whatever we're doing. So because we're not seeing success, we get bored, which makes it easier to give up, because if we're not finding success, we're not seeing progress, we get bored, and then we don't see any value in what we're doing. And I've come to find this: when I see less value in something, the small decisions I make, I start to choose not to actually say yes to them, but start to say no. The small good decisions that I need to make in order to create those habits, I start to say no, then yes. And because now I'm not keeping those habits, I don't have a successful system. And because I don't have a system, I won't find success. And now I'm bored again. It's crazy. But let me tell you this. I think it's the small decisions that make us extremely successful in having good habits. I think small decisions have a big impact, and we often forget that. I have just one passage today that I wanted to talk to you guys about right now, and that's this. Luke 5:15 says, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. I think when we think of Jesus, we're like, yeah, of course he's always praying. He's Jesus. He's the God of the Bible. He has to pray. It's part of the story. But in reality, if you take Jesus as a man in the world, do you think he actually had to pray? Do you think at any moment in time he had someone that stopped and said, you need to go and pray because I said so and you have to? I honestly don't think that. I think Jesus created a really good habit with his small decisions to going and praying, which made him successful in the big picture. He had a mission while he was here, but I don't believe that he would have been as efficient or successful if he wasn't consistently making that small decision to go and pray. I don't think he would be as successful. It's the small decisions, guys, that will create good habits and good systems to make us successful in whatever we do. That's the whole reason I'm talking about habits in this whole season of hobbies and lockdown, is we have an opportunity to create good habits in our life to be more successful in everything we do. There are many times in the Bible where we see Jesus go and pray. I have a few right here. Matt 14:23, Matthew, not Matt in our group, Mark 1:35, Luke 3:21, Luke 6:12. And that's just like a small bit of them. We see Jesus oftentimes going and praying, getting away. And it's those small decisions. I don't think praying is a very big decision when we stop. Like, ask yourself right now, could I go and pray for 5 seconds? Is that really a big decision? No. But because it's not a big decision, it would be easier to say no. And we think it'll have no effect. But if we say no once, we're more likely to say it again and again and again and again, and those add up. It's the small decisions that'll have a big impact. Guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm so excited to be able to go into our Zoom groups, and I will see you later.